Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand Mark Goldbridge. It's Christmas, but we've got big news. This happened last year. You just want to enjoy Christmas and enjoy it with the community and have a bit of a kickback. And then big news breaks. I mean, last year it was Ineos at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. And now I had a meal planned. I've had a great night. We're a little bit late. I did warn you at 2 o'clock, but we are live and we have got some breaking news. I set the video up at about 5:30 and you will see it said breaking news, Mark Goldbridge live. That news, you knew. Well, you knew. I never set it up that early. Basically, this is all around Amorim and Rashford. Amorim is basically pointing the finger at the entourage around Rashford. And then Rashford wants to go. That's the big story. I mean, it's a development. It is a development. What I can tell you is, and look, I know James Ducker's reported it in the Telegraph. We had Luckhurst in the Manchester Evening News. Interesting stuff to tell you about that, by the way. It's very difficult to get my words right because he'll be watching, looking at a lawsuit. I've been threatened with that before, don't worry. So I've got to be very careful about how I put my words out. That's all I'm going to say as a community because they're desperate. They're desperate to take us down. But I will word it in the way, I don't need to get a blue tick from university. I'll word it in a way that they can't do anything about it. So I will give you some news around that because it's quite interesting how that particular journalist for ages told us that, I don't get on with Rashford very well. Then he gets the team news. Then he's getting exclusive. 2 + 2 is 4. You're clever enough. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Where did he get the team news from? 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. Oh, Rashford's camp are telling me this. Where did I get the team news from? 2 + 2 is 4. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Let's talk about the breaking news. So, look, this is what Amorim has said. I think this is the best place to start because last week, death threats, arguments amongst fans. You're not relevant. I'm not relevant. This has got nothing to do with us. This is Manchester United and Rashford's camp. That's all that matters. This has got nothing to do with, oh, we've backed him too much or we've not backed him enough or he's a star boy or he's man. But it's got nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with the fans. This is the club against Rashford. This is what it is. This is the whole thing. It's Rashford and his entourage against the club. For years, he's been protected and the club have bent over backwards to do it. And now, for some reason, they're not. And there's a big fallout. And that's basically what's going on at United. It's got nothing to do with putting your poster up of Rashford on your wall and, being Player FC or, saying he's no better than Harvey Barnes. It's irrelevant. That's not what's happened. Trust me. For years, you could say something bad about Rashford and the club would jump in front of Rashford and say, we'll sort this out. You're banned, this, that and the other. And now they're not doing it anymore. And this is the problem. There is a massive fallout between Rashford and his team and Manchester United. And that's why the interview happened last week. That's why he's not in the team. That's why he's looking to leave. There has just been this massive fallout that was never there before. It was completely the other way. And is that Amorim? Is it Ineos? I don't know. But that's what's going on at the moment. We've had Ruben Amorim doing yet another interview. I mean, he does more bloody interviews than Alan Sugar. Let him do his fucking job. He'll be doing a bloody interview with the Financial Times in a minute. He'll be on bloody MasterChef. He'll be on I'm a Celebrity. Let the guy do his fucking job. He's just lost 3-0 to Bournemouth. Oh, let's get him another 4 interviews. Let him do his fucking job. How many interviews? Every bloody day he's doing another interview. I'm not joking. I'll be doing one with Greta Thunberg in a minute, talking about recycling Christmas trees. Let him do his fucking job. Anyway, this is what he's had to say in yet another interview. I mean, it is interesting to hear. He said, on Rashford, of course it's a hard situation, but I understand that this kind of thing, they have a lot of people around them making choices that are not sometimes the first idea from the player. I'm always here for Marcus as another player. They have to do what they have to do. I say that I say they chose to do that interview. It's not just Marcus. I understand that. For me as a coach, I'm more focused on the performance, the way he trains. The rest, it's better for me and the club to deal with when the time comes. At the moment, I'm focused on improving him. We need a lot in this moment from a talented guy. I just see what I see on the pitch. I mean, look, this is exactly what you've been saying for a long time. It's the people around him. It's the people around him. And that's what Amorim's saying. This has been known for so long, it's incredible. The people around him don't help him. And look, the people around him, they're not bloody amateurs. They're proper PR people. But it's not helping him. The interview last week didn't help him. Leaking to bloody Manchester Evening News as chief correspondent doesn't help you. These are bad, arrogant choices. And you know what? It disrespects the fans, because when the fans see you leaking to the Manchester Evening News and that particular journalist, they think double knobhead. When you do an interview like last Tuesday and the club don't know about it and Amorim doesn't know about it, the fans don't think, oh, good one. They think, what a knobhead. This is bad advice. This is nothing to do with what you like on the pitch, whether you're good enough, whether you can bounce back. The people around you are advising you badly because they're taking fans for mugs. They thought last week you doing that interview would go well. It hasn't gone well. They thought that today leaking to bloody Manchester Evening News would go well. It's not gone well. It's gone very, very bad. Really, really bad. What we're hearing is that basically the club want him gone and he wants to go now. But how it got to that point is probably because too many people stuck their nose in. The general consensus is if Rashford had just got his head down and worked under Amorim, he'd probably be playing for Man United if he could have found his form. But there's too many other people involved. There's everybody at United and there's everyone around Rashford, and there's too many cooks trying to stick their fucking ladle into the gravy or whatever you want to call it. So this is what happens. And that's what Amorim's saying. It's really simple. If the player wants to play for Manchester United, I will help him play for Manchester United, me and him. But there's so many people from either side sticking their nose in that it's just a mess. And this is, as a fan, I just really am disengaged. You know, last week, some of us were getting death threats and stuff like that, like it's something to do with us. That's just idiots. Like, this is political. This is a massive entourage on one side and an entourage on the other, trying to win some sort of PR war where the fans don't really give a shit. It's just like, we need to move on. And look, this is not from any bit of information. This is just, we need to move on. Tonight, there is talk of Garnacho going. Like that probably bothers me more than Rashford, because Rashford's had his chance. There is genuine talk of Garnacho going tonight. Probably should have said that at the start of the show, but I couldn't give a shit. We've been doing it for 10 years. If you're a proper United stander, you stay longer than 5 minutes. This is genuine. And I wouldn't put this out there because I don't want Garnacho to go. Tonight, there is genuine talk of Garnacho going in January on loan. I didn't realise it was this bad, but there is genuine talk of it. Now, how United and Garnacho's camp decide to deal with that, that's up to them. But I know it's genuine because I know where it's coming from, and it's true. There is genuine talk that United might move him on. I don't understand. I only have that. I don't know. I know a lot more about the Rashford stuff, and you do, because a lot of it's out there. But the Garnacho thing, I don't even know the context. Other than he got completely dropped for the Manchester derby, hasn't really done anything particularly well since then. Certainly hasn't started a game since then. Certainly isn't a priority for Amorim since then. So you speculate and you go, what's happened there? Has damage been done? But I will say this. If Garnacho leaves Manchester United, I will be really, really disappointed, because I still retain that I think his potential is massive. But if there is an ego behind it, and there is a reluctance to work hard, and you'd rather fall out with the manager and the club, then the fit's not right. I can't be a hypocrite because I don't do player FC. I can tell you I like Bruno, I can tell you I like Rashford, I can tell you I like Rasmus, I can tell you I like Martial, every other player. Some of them are here, some of them aren't, some of them didn't need to go. Ultimately, Manchester United's all that matters. And nobody is immune to that. Nobody. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.